evening, friends. We've spent many hours of deliberation trying to understand exactly what is going on in Season 15 of Cosmic Crucible. And the only thing that we know is Agent Zero set me up. Outside of that, I've been having a wonderful, fantastic, stupendous Saturday night. Hopefully, you're having a great day, night, evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are, watching this lovely video. We're going to go ahead and get started in doing some attacks right now. These are going to be the hottest, crispest counters you've ever seen. I'm actually totally kidding. I got matched up against somebody who has a lot less Gear Tier 20 characters than me, so these attacks may not work if you're facing somebody more of a punch across, but we're getting risky here. My attack still may not even work. I'm filming this before I even attack. That's right. Some say it's cocky. Others say it's overpowered. I'm just going to say I'm giving you the facts of what's going on. So win, lose, or draw, you're going to be the judge by the end of this video. We always start with what we think is the hardest room first. I'm going to go with the Meisto Room. We'll see what happens. So we're bringing in a very large Vigilante team. Very large. We're going to start with Fortifier, though, just because I'm a little scared. Yes, I know it's a Gear Tier 19 Mephisto. I get it. No part of me wants to see this. I'm not thrilled or excited to see what's going on here. We're going to go ahead and change up our positioning, specifically for Crucible. I mean, look, a lot of things could go wrong here. I've been told this is a 100%er. I've been told that this is a 100%er by two different folks. One person said, hey, I will even quit the game if it fails. So let's go ahead and hit the fight button and see what happens, chat. I don't know. Vigilante is a great team. I love Vigilantes a lot. Vigilante is a very good team. I'm not 100% sold that this absolutely works. We'll see. All right. We get exhausted. He puts 0 debuffs on us. So that's kind of interesting, but here we are. Let's go here right on Captain Britain and see what happens. All right, we dropped all of their debuffs. Captain Britain falls over. We're going to go ahead and Hit Monkey has went before Emma. That's great. So let's go ahead and get a big old stun on Emma. This should pop. No secondary stun here on Nimrod. We're going to go here as we bounce around just a little bit. All right, Sasquatch is falling over. Now we're going to go right here into the Nimrod, so hopefully he doesn't even take a turn. And all right, well, that worked out very, very well. That is an overpowered lesson right there. If your team is really built out, super strong and maxed, and you're going against another team that is a little bit less in size, sometimes you can just overpower them. Well, I'm going to leave that part in the video because I think it's hilarious. If you got frustrated that you looked at me into the camera so diligently explaining to you exactly what I was doing, I'm super sorry about that, but I'm leaving it in the video because I think it's very, very funny. So well, here's a step-by-step replay of what happened. Again, Mephisto Ultimates, very weird here. This is a very interesting thing. Absolutely not a single debuff on any one of my characters. Very, very interesting. Now, I realized like they had immunity, but had, right? I'm not 100% sure of the way the interaction should go. I thought that there should be a trauma applied at some. This interaction is very confusing to me. Very, very confusing. I don't understand it. So I need to look into it a little bit more. Like, we didn't just see whether they had immunity and maybe that ate the debuffs, but man, it's very weird. Anyway, very, very weird. So forgive me. Comment down below. Tell me what happened, chat. Tell me what happened. So there's some defense downs. We choose to go ahead and ultimate with Silver Sable right onto Captain Britain, which we talked about, as you just heard me narrate, you know, which is absolutely hilarious. Then we go right over to Emma. We get them Hit Monkey. We get to stun on Emma, not the secondary stun on old Nimrod, unfortunately. And now that I think about that, that might be a raid thing. We'll double check. Then we start over here. Into the Emma, bounces over to Sasquatch. Next thing we do is we ult right on Nimrod. It takes out the other two, and then pings and striker hits finish off Nimrod. So it was a pretty quick fight, and that's where it's at. I'm going to go read the Vigilantes kit and memorize exactly between the difference between raids and not raids, and I'm going to remember to hit the scene transfer button on my stream deck next time we do a fight. All right, next room is the room that gives us the biggest pain and headache. It's been giving us headaches all last season. It is Phoenix Force in one. It gave us issues last time. It gave our opponents issues last time too. So let's see what happens. We're going to take a little bit of a different composition here. We don't have the team built, so we're going to take Mephisto. We're going to bring in Apocalypse right here. We're going to bring in Red Hulk. We're going to go ahead and bring in Quasar. And Ultimus. Now, this is an interesting one. We did experience that there was a bug. I lied to you. We're not bringing in Ultimus because Ultimus is on defense. We're going to have to bring in another character. We'll be right back. All right, friends. Quick decision making. Was only gone for about 10 or 20 seconds. But we're going to go ahead and bring in Shadow King instead. We got the Quasar. So basically, the plan here is to overpower our opponent. It's going to be very interesting. We're going to see what happens as we hit this fight button. But that's really the reason what we're trying to do this fight is overpower our team here. So we've got a bunch of 11s again going up against. We've got some 11s, but mostly 10s on the other side. I guess it's not mostly. It's 40% 10s. Let's go ahead and hit the fight button and let's get into it, chat. We're gonna get into it. I was gonna look over chat and see if they're telling me they're steering me wrong. I have no idea. You can see it down below, or I guess it's right over here. And all that good stuff. You can see that. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to go ahead and hit it with the little... we're going to alt right here. Shadow King goes off. We'd love to see that. This should give a taunt to Quasar. So we'll special there. All right, so that taunt has now come off. Now we want to run an ability block somewhere. Trying to think of our turn order as we look at this. I'm going to ability block Fred. Unfortunately, it was much easier when there was 3-piece Annihilators here. The only good news for us is that we might get Fred gone there. There we go. Okay, good. We're going to rewind this side real quick with a couple hits over there. That's perfect. Now, this is the bad news bears for us. This is going to drop all of our debuffs no matter what we do here. We're going to go for it anyway. We should have went right into Thanos, shouldn't we have? That's okay. Thanos will bite the dust here, and then we're going to go ahead and finish this up right here. So we're going to go ahead and pause, and we'll be back shortly right after this one. And yeah, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. That one worked swimmingly. So we paused it out. We didn't force you all to see it. Now we're ready to go into room number 2. And I've decided this is the place where I want to use my Starjammers right here. We're going to go really fast. My goal and hope is that we outspeed Null and get him out of here, get him off the battlefield. We'll have to see how that's going to end up for us. I keep meaning to delete that version of the team because that version of the team absolutely stinks. But let's go ahead and hit the fight button here and see what happens. Let's hit fight. See where we go from here. So we got Null and Gore, who are both probably our biggest 2 priorities. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to end up being okay for the most part. Let's go back to 3. Again, I hate Null. I really, Null is the one I really don't want to see on this battlefield anymore. So this should go ahead and handle business. All right, that's cool. We got an ability block there on Gore. Silver Surfer is up next, but let's make sure he just exits the battlefield post-haste and in a hurry. There goes Gore, passive triggering. Let's go ahead and drop the launch with alt. And that will solve some of our pain, but not quite, or all of it. Wow. Overperformed for me, definitely was a little bit leery, but figured they'd get the job done. They got the job done very well. All right, we got a room number 3 here. We have Illuminati, and we're going to bring Illuminati. We're going to make one small modification to said Illuminati, and we're going to bring in Old Man Logan here to hopefully prevent the Black Knight charges from even happening, right? So this way we don't even get the bounce back on Shuri when she takes a turn. We're going to go ahead and go with Stryker here. And we're going to go ahead and hit the fight button here and see what happens. I don't mind running it like this. We've only got the one Raider. Sure, he does a lot of damage, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's hit the fight button. It's fine. It's fine. We've got overpowered on our side, right? That is what the world tells us. That is what the world tells us. We will be fine. All will be good. All right, so Black Knight was the highest damage chargeable character. That's absolutely great. Now let's go ahead and get in there. Nothing happening off of the old... nothing happening off of the old strip right there. That certainly didn't work for us. The trauma slows will be fine. Let's go ahead and get those out on everybody else. We get the assist here. Black Bolt's putting in a little bit of work. I think Captain Britain's about to go. We're going to end up stunning. We're going to stun over here for the pings. This might not be the super most efficient route, but it feels like we're getting some good damage out here. Black Knight will eventually bite the dust off of like passive style damage is really what we're worried about here. We definitely don't need Scientist Supreme taking a turn and risking reviving anyone. So let's go ahead and just make sure we hopefully drop. Nope, didn't work. I was hoping Old Man Logan would get the job done there. Clearly it did not. The last assist, we've got a bleed coming out there, and we'll go ahead and heal back up, get some of our efficiency points back, and that's how we'll take out that room. All right, we got room number 4. This is an interesting one. I believe that my Immortals can handle it. So guess what? We're going to take the Immortal team here. I think that this will get the job done. I don't even think I want to stun Super Skrull. Not going to lie. I really want to stun the Goblin here. So we're going to stun the Goblin. I haven't talked to chat about this at all. So I could be doing the wrong thing. Chat is about to let you know in like 3 to 4 seconds down below. They're going to be like, nope, 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 nope. But I'm not paying attention to chat when I do my attacks. We just go in, boom, we stun the Goblin. Now we get a rewind over here on the Super Skrull, right? We're not going to worry about that. We don't think they're going to take a whole lot of turns. We've got the overpowered advantage here is what it looks like. The Striker hit gets on Skrull. And I think this probably takes care of all of them. All right, last room, friends. It's room 5. We've got a Thunderbolts squad over here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Cabal, Kang, and Emma. This is a counter we've been using for past 2 days on what this looks like here. And it has not failed us just yet. So let's see. Those are the famous last words, though, as everybody would say. Famous last words. We got the Cabal, Kang, and Emma here. This should, let's go ahead and get right up the middle. We'll start on Songbird. Go ahead and hit a couple criticals over there. Looks like we've got a little bit of speed up. Let's get over to Hyperion. Watch, Songbird healed up quite a bit. Let's go ahead and drop the special here. Songbird is not long for this world. And now we've got a full ultimate coming on over on this side. It's likely we end up taking out the other 2. And then on the Striker hit, we take out Victoria. So that ends this particular CC. Let's check out the score. J-Ro informed me that they did a couple attacks, but was going to bed. It was like 1:30 when I was getting started over here. So we shall see. It's a 52-17 is what we put up over here. That's an excellent score. I think that might be the highest score I have put up in a very long time. We'll have to see how the defense holds. I do have a Professor X, so as long as it's not one-shottable, could be. I haven't done a lot with Professor X on defense, so I have no idea. We will have to see what happens. Like I said, J-Ro said they did a couple attacks. It's still showing at 0 for me, but we'll have to tune in tomorrow, and I'll let you know how we did. For now, take care, have fun, enjoy yourselves on this wonderful weekend, and if you're watching this not on the weekend, enjoy yourself on whatever day it is. So we'll see you then. Bye!